Hi there. So my name is Carson, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about culture shock within America. But before that, tacos and pina coladas. I might have put a little bit too much rum in there. So you might be asking yourself, why am I drinking a pina colada out of a wine glass? Sometimes a girl just wants to be fancy. Sorry about that. I think my pina colada was a little too strong. Anyways, let's get right into it. So, I am originally from North Carolina. I grew up there, spent 24 years of my life there, and then I moved to Arizona for grad school. And I didn't think I would have this much of a culture shock moving here. I've lived here for a year now, just over a year, and I'm still finding things that surprise me about this place. I thought I was prepared for the heat. It didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would be, just because it's dry and people really take it seriously here. You don't spend that much time outside. Most places have air conditioning, so that's nice. I have noticed a lot of dogs. The little dogs that I do see out during the day, they wear booties during the summer to protect their paw pads, which that's a very nice thing. It's very necessary. I think there should be other places in the country that do that. Another thing that came to mind when I was thinking about culture shock was I was talking the other day with my coworkers, and for some reason we got into a discussion about firemen. I think there was a wildfire going on, and we got into a discussion about that, and my coworkers told me that most of the firemen that are stationed here, they are actually volunteers. They're not paid. Which, that just blew my mind, because in North Carolina, everyone is paid. Like, of course there are some volunteers, but, you know, if you're working full-time at a fire station, that's your job. You are going to be paid for that. So that was a bit of a surprise that basically none of them were paid at most of the fire stations. And I was told that had to do a lot with the wildfires that happen here. That's definitely something we don't have in North Carolina, is wildfires. We have hurricanes, but, not wildfires. Another thing that shocked me, just the size of this city. It's massive, the size of the Phoenix metropolitan area. And when I say that, I'm talking about Phoenix, I'm talking about Glendale, I'm talking about Scottsdale, Tempe, Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, Ahwatukee. I'm talking about a whole bunch of different cities that are all just packed tightly together, and basically you have to drive for close to an hour just to get out of the city. I'm not used to that. North Carolina is definitely it's not more spread out, but cities are more spread out so that, cities aren't as big and you can drive about 10 or 15 minutes on a highway and you can be out in the country. It's also very grid-oriented. Phoenix is fairly new. I think the city just celebrated its centennial anniversary during 2012, I want to say, which makes this city just over 100 years old. Well, things are really old. A lot of the streets don't really make sense. You can get lost pretty easily. It's definitely not gridded unless you're in downtown. So it was definitely weird how everything is based on grids. Like, you always tell directions by an intersection of a street, like Broadway and Gilbert. We don't do that there. We say, like, on this road, or, off of this road. Something else I noticed here is, I know that this is a big city, and, my parents have told me, living in Houston, they used to tell me that, the city was so huge that people had to drive really fast to get from one place to another. And I didn't really take that into consideration until I lived here for a while. Just driving on the interstate, I can go, 5 miles over the speed limit or so, and I will probably be the slowest person on the road. I'm serious, like, everyone driving around me is going like well over 10 miles over the speed limit, and that's just not something I'm used to. The only time that I am the fastest person on the road is when it is raining. And what I mean by raining is that it might be drizzling a little. Apparently this has been a dry year for monsoons, so we haven't had too much rain or too many storms. But people here really go crazy over it. Like, as soon as it starts drizzling a little, everyone starts just pushing on their brakes, sort of, overreacting a little bit, in my opinion. But that's just from someone that has grown up driving in conditions where, sometimes I couldn't see in front of me. I don't know, I just didn't really think that it was that big of a deal until I moved here. Now, something else I wanted to talk about was, I'm actually planning to move back to North Carolina at the end of this year. I want to finish my last semester of graduate school from home just to save some money. I just wanted to touch a little bit on things that I will miss about Arizona. I'll probably make a more extensive video closer to when I actually move towards the end of the year, or maybe even once I'm in North Carolina, maybe I'll make a video then. But besides the friends that I've made and, all of my classmates and coworkers and everything, something that I think I will miss, I'm definitely going to miss being able to buy liquor in just a regular grocery store or a gas station. In North Carolina, you can only buy liquor at an ABC store because it's taxed, especially there. So I'm gonna really miss just going into Walmart and being able to get Malibu rum or vodka or something. Something else I will miss will be In-N-Out. I don't eat that much meat, but I do like the grilled cheese a lot there. I can only eat it sometimes because my stomach just can't handle fast food that well. That's pretty much the only fast food restaurant that I'm kind of sad about leaving. I'm actually not going to miss the weather. I do like having 4 different seasons, 4 very distinct seasons, as opposed to just, hot winter and a hellish summer. There's really no in between. So I'm going to look forward to that. I can't wait to see the snow again. Something else I will miss, the Mexican food here. Especially the tacos. I wasn't that big into tacos until I moved here. But they have actually, special taco restaurants here, and I don't think I can go a week without eating tacos now. So it's going to be a struggle. It'll be a real struggle to find a good taco place in North Carolina. Well, I think that's all I have for you guys today. But if you guys have any sort of within country culture shocks, go ahead and comment below. I'd love to hear about it, especially if you made a drastic move from one side of the coast to another, just like I did. So